Hey everyone, so in this video I'm going to give you a number of tips that you can use when drawing faces so you'll be able to sketch any different type of face. And so what I like to do is I start with the nose and then the mouth and then the eyes. And this gives me a good anchor points for figuring out the proportions. So the proportion that I always want to make sure that you remember is that there should be an eye width in between the two eyes. And then in terms of the between the eyes and the bottom of the lips is like kind of a big triangle. So that's another thing that's often helpful. Now, whenever you're sketching, keep in mind that sometimes it will look kind of bad before it looks better, and you have to kind of just keep going with it. One thing that I like to do is just kind of sketch things in really lightly, and I'm not using any pencil on this. I'm just using pen, and that kind of it's a little bit freeing actually, because when you use pencil, a lot of times you're sort of inclined to keep erasing and going back and forth. This way, I'm just kind of using sort of these light sketchy marks with a 005 micron pen, and that kind of lets me, helps me in terms of getting things correct, and I can kind of move things around a little bit if need be, or refine shapes as I go. And what I really want you to think about when you're drawing a face is that you're sort of more like constructing the face with lines. So in terms of your portrait, I want you to think about if you're getting sort of more of like the structure underneath in terms of the nose and the eyes and the facial structure, as opposed to just sort of like plopping the features onto the face. So that's one thing that I'm always trying to think about when I'm drawing a portrait, is I'm trying to kind of make sure that there's a sculptural element in all of the different shapes. And notice the areas that are light and the areas that are dark. So generally the nose will pick up the lights because it's sort of like protruding in a way, and it'll actually, like, the lights will hit that area. And then around the top of the eyelid, like, those areas usually are a little bit lighter. And then you can often make the lips more 3D by making it dark around the lips. So it's not so much even that you're drawing the lips that much. It's kind of like you're drawing the space around the lips that will help you get it to look more 3D. And in any drawing like this, you can think about how sketchy or how precise you want your lines to be. In this one, I kept my lines pretty sketchy, just to show you what that looks like to model that kind of portrait. And one other thing is you'll notice that there's a lot of contrast in the eyes. That will make the texture of the eyes look kind of more like that glassy type of texture that eyes are known for. And in terms of the proportions, I always look at kind of relationships between, say, like the nostril and the eyes, or the side of the lips and where that hits on the eyes. So that's some of the best tips that I can give you in terms of figuring out where to put things, is to use sort of like landmarks like that to say okay, where's the chin in relationship to the lips, and to look at some of those kind of measurements that will help you. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a comment, and I'll see you next time.